What's up, guys? In today's video, I want to talk about a concept that my mentor taught me recently that's helped me a lot in terms of balancing work, having fun, being able to actually have an enjoyable life while being on the journey towards achieving greater things and making all this money and getting into entrepreneurship and building a business and all these things. Because if you're someone like me, you have these big goals, big vision of your own life, of things you want to be able to do in terms of maybe, like I said, having a lot of freedom, pursuing entrepreneurship. If you're trying to grow a business right now, or if you're on a journey of self-development and growing in some type of way, I think it's going to apply to you a lot. Because to tell you a bit of a backstory for myself, when I got into the space and when I started doing this, I was the type of guy who was just like grinding all the time. I would just be working, declining, like all kind of like social events, like everything that wasn't work, I would just decline that. And I just be working all the time, grinding. And I'll be listening to people like Alex Hermosi and like people like that, who just like just keep grinding, like no fun, is focus on your business. Your business is the fun in your life right now. It's a season of just hard work and you just need to be grinding. And then eventually you will get to a point at like some end goal or something where the business makes all this money and then you will be free. That's kind of like the belief system I had, and I was like, I'm just gonna reject everything else other than business and just focus on this right now. And you can probably relate to this as well to some certain extent, that you've been in a phase, or when you started off maybe, and you were in that same kind of mindset. You just need to like remove everything else and it's committed like so hard to the business. And I think that like it can be good to some extent in terms of like actually learning how to say no to other things and like prioritize in your life. But what I realized in the long term, that it's not realistic to keep going like that. Because the journey towards your goals becomes like it's basically a suffering at that point, because you eliminate all the fun stuff usually in your life. And like, sure, you can think like growing a business, definitely fun, I enjoy it, and like doing like entrepreneurship and stuff like that, I enjoy doing it. But the thing is that like you also need to like do other stuff. You also need to meet up with friends, do like social activities, go out, go on maybe explore, go traveling, whatever it is, There's a time and place for those things as well. And if you eliminate that completely, it's gonna hurt you. It's gonna make you, ultimately, I believe that it's gonna make you, like your ideas, the things that you can come up with, the way that you think, it's gonna constrain you a lot. And you're gonna be kind of stuck in a bubble of thinking if you don't expose yourself to like new things, new cultures, new ways of thinking, other perspectives, other people's ideas, things like that. It makes you very constrained and very limited if you don't do that. And that's kind of what happened for me as well. I was just like in that cycle, in the bubble of just like working. And I started kind of not enjoying my work. I started like kind of feeling like I was getting a bit burned out. I didn't enjoy what I was doing. And that's kind of where I realized, and pretty recently as well, I realized like you need to implement fun. You need to implement play during the entire journey towards the goals that you have. You need to be like consistently planning in a way to like be able to obviously get the hard work in, but also be able to do fun stuff, things you really enjoy doing. So for me, for example, I really enjoy like traveling, exploring new places, and like seeing new places and like going somewhere I've never done before, and like doing new things in general. That's something I really enjoy doing. So like for me, it was just finding a way to implement that in my day-to-day life, so I could find a way to both work hard, but then also kind of get that in at the same time as well to enjoy the journey, as I said. Instead of having this end destination where it's like, when I get here, I'm gonna do this. Make it in a way where you can actually do that thing throughout the entire journey to make the journey enjoyable. Because the reality is like there's no end goal. Most people who are in this kind of entrepreneurship game is like they're gonna keep doing it, or you're gonna keep doing it for the rest of your life, most likely. And if that's the case, if we know that to be true, then you also need to be able to implement fun throughout that journey, because otherwise you're probably gonna end up like quitting. And the only way you lose in entrepreneurship is by quitting. So we need to make the journey fun to actually keep playing the game long enough to actually get the result that you want. So that's the lesson for today, guys. It's really just like implementing fun, implementing the things that you enjoy doing in your day-to-day life to make sure that you actually enjoy the journey towards getting to the goals that you have. And best way, the exercise that I've done to kind of like be able to like do this for like practically and really figure out like what you should implement, is just like write down a list of like all the stuff that you really enjoy doing outside of work. And like then you can kind of rank a list if you want of like what you enjoy the most, or just put down like a list of like maybe 5-10 things that you really enjoy doing, that you really like find pleasure in. Write those down. It can be really like anything at all, and then find a way to implement that in your own life on a weekly, monthly basis in a way that's actually going to be like frequent enough for you to actually like get energy and get like the clarity or like happiness, wherever you feel like you get out of that. But not too frequent, obviously, where you don't have time to work either. So that's really like the actionable tip, is like try to implement that, write down the stuff that you want to like to really enjoy doing, try to implement that frequently in your own life. That's helped me a lot. I hope it helped you as well, and I hope you implement that after seeing this video. And that's it for today, guys. So I'll see you tomorrow in the next one. Peace out.